on this episode of The Commercial Break.
The record holder. Who's keeping these records is what I want to know. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, if it's just a couple of you, yeah, the community. The whichever ones are alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Tree.
By the way,
there's a tree where you put marks in it for how many people have survived.
Ding, 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 ding. At the old age of 43, Bob visits the Tree of Records to put in one last notch on the old record tree.
That's right.
I made it across again, the old 800 tie line in the desert. I'm the only one left.
That's right.
69 of us started. One of us left. Guess I'm time to have some children.
Right.
Yeah. It's PBS documentary. Ken Burns presents
I lived in Burns.
The Record Tree. The record trees where we keep all the stupid sport records. That's right.
The story of 69
The story of jet wheeling. 7 men stuffed themselves into a 747 jet wheel.
Only one survived.
Only one survived. The centrifugal force alone. They called him Skinny Pete. It was his weight that helped.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Yes, another episode of The Commercial Break!
Hi.
Woo! Good morning to you, Sally. How do you do?
Fantastic.
And Chrissy.
Yeah.
Best to you.
Best to you, Bryan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's another episode of The Commercial Break, and all to you out there, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And best to you, my fine feathered friends. Getting a lot of positive reaction.
Are we going to start saying Merry Christmas in July? Kind of as like a pre...
No. No.
I think Target goes ahead and puts their stuff out there.
No, that's just ridiculous. Target does after Halloween, I think, is when it starts. Yeah. Now, if you go to one of these, like, what's the place where all the religious nuts go to? Michael's?
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby, that's it. Hobby Lobby. Sorry, Michaels, I love you. But and listen, I shop at Hobby Lobby. I don't really particularly care what your religious preferences are. It doesn't make a shit's worth of difference to me. I'm just going there to get some shitty
Crafts.
ornaments half off every, But they start putting their Christmas stuff up, just right as summer turns.
That's what
So
I'm
if you go to
thinking.
October 1st and they have a whole Christmas section, but that's when you get all the good deals. It's like 50% off.
Okay.
All different types of
I had
Christmas
no idea
ornaments.
you were tuned into the Hobby Lobby.
Man, am I tuned into the Hobby Lobby. Let me tell you what. It's like I stuck my dick in an electrical socket. I like when I walk into Hobby Lobby and it's got some, we here serve the Lord and Jesus Christ above. We therefore no homosexual touching around the aisle number 6 or 7 or 12.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Because that was a big problem.
Because nothing's good for business like, xenophobia and homophobia.
Yeah.
Good for you, Hobby Lobby, and your shitty beliefs. Just sharing that with you. Mm-hmm. Who cares? Who cares?
Yes.
Cares who you love. Cares what color you are, who you believe in. What does it matter?
Yep.
You're all mad at, Joe Schmo for believing in whatever, Muhammad, and meanwhile you're believing
just
in
stay
some
in your lane.
magic fly guy in the sky that
Right.
sends lightning bolts down to kill everybody when they do something wrong. Just doesn't make any sense. Just stay in your own lane.
Yep.
Sell hobbies and lobbies.
And lobby
That's it. Sell hobbies and lobbies and leave the rest of us alone. That's all I got to say. But you do have good stuff on sale for Christmas.
That's
so,
right.
yeah. It's like Chick-fil-A. I don't
Yeah,
particularly
exactly.
love their politics, but I do love the Chick-fil-A sauce.
their nuggets are so good.
I mean, cancel culture can only go so far. If you don't mind. If you don't mind me saying so myself. Speaking of, I've got an interesting question for you.
Okay.
When are we all going to stop fucking wearing masks if we're vaccinated? I thought the CDC said this was cool.
Yeah, they did. I've seen signs up in stores that say it's okay.
Yeah, I have not experienced the same thing. Now I'm seeing everybody here's the thing. I go into the passport place the other day to go get do some passport type business.
Yes.
And I walk in and there's maybe 100 people in the room spread out in different various configurations. right? And we get in there. Very nice lady greets us, and then we go and we take the ticket number. Of course, we're 700 numbers away.
Right.
You're right. And they're moving at a snail's pace. There's only like 2 people actually working at this place.
Yes.
And we sit down, and some lady comes out. One of the 2 people who were working comes out with her mask down around her nose, right? And then pulls it off like this and goes, yo, if you walk through those 2 doors, then you saw the sign that said mask required. Go put your mask on.
Okay.
And I was like, and we didn't have our masks on. And I was like,
no.
And I felt for a moment like I wanted to say something. Like, I've been vaccinated. Like, it's cool. If I believed in the science back then,
Yeah.
I believe in the science now.
Right.
This is the problem that we have in this country is that, guys, we got vaccinated. It's 99% effective.
I know.
What are we worried about
I guess
now?
they just don't know if people are being truthful that they were vaccinated. Some people are saying,
I can understand that concern. I can understand that concern. But if I've been vaccinated, then, then maybe I should show my card or something. I don't know. But I got vaccinated. I feel like now it's time to take the mask off.
Yeah.
Now, listen, if they tell me to go put my mask back on again because shit's going sideways, I'll put my mask back on.
Yeah, there is.
But
the
otherwise, I heard straight from the horse's ass. I'm getting upset about it. I'm sorry. And then I see all these people wearing masks outside at the park and stuff, and I'm like, guys, you were never in danger of getting COVID out in the park, 1,700 feet away from me.
Right.
People running by me with masks on, and I'm like, what?
Each to their
Does
own.
it just jump over to one person to the other?
They want to wear one.
Yeah, listen,
wear it.
I'm not anti-mask. I'm telling you, if they tell me to put my mask back on because there is a legitimate concern, I will. But otherwise, what they've said is if you got vaccinated, don't wear your mask, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing. I said, I want to go in and out of the store without wearing a mask. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay with everybody?
It's okay with me.
Jeez. TCBpodcast.com is where you go. You read more read more about Chrissy and I. Find all the show notes, and you can watch our entire audio or video library right there. One place. No going anywhere else. Don't you worry about it. We got you covered at TCBpodcast.com.
For free.
For free. For free, $19.99 plus $19.99 shipping and handling. No obligation to buy after you pay that $19.99 shipping and handling. No shipping, no handling, no handling of the shipping, no shipping of the handling. Feel free to go there, tcbpodcast.com right now. And if you go there now and you jump over to our YouTube page and you make a comment on one of our episodes in the month of June, plus you're a subscriber, or you do the same at the commercial break, go to the win $500 post, leave a comment about your favorite episode, tag a friend, and follow us. You're entered into the drawing for $500 in Gold Dot gift cards. Woo!
We don't even have to go get the monies from the World Bank.
We have to pack no cash into no suitcase. We don't have to hire the FedEx's men's. FedEx's men's? That's the problem. There's little idiosyncrasies in like the English language that you learn to pick up on, right? Now, my wife is an immigrant. I am an immigrant of some form and fashion in some way, so please don't take this the wrong way. But sometimes when people are writing, mainly the scamsters are writing you,
yes,
you can pick up on little idiosyncrasies about their language.
Right.
Like the FedEx's men's are flyings, the planes. Hello, good dear sir.
Right. Greetings of the day.
Yes, it is a great day of sun and love. Here in the great states of Indiana Jones. We'd like to inform you of your winnings. Oh? Where are you located? The great states of Detroit. Where they make many happy cars. Many happy cars? What about the sad ones? Yes, sirs. And then you respond and they just ignore what you said.
Yes.
You go back and listen to the episode. I like to fuck with the email scammers, and I went back and forth with one, and it is good. But you can tell by his idiosyncrasies that English is not his predominant language. Right. Or maybe there's a translator involved. That's possible too. Because there's a lot of S's on the ends of things, like FedEx's men's. The FedEx's men's is on their way to your house. But anyway, we don't have to pack we don't have to get no cash from no FedEx's men's because we're going to give you $500 in your gift card of choice. I prefer to do it Amazon, but listen, it's going to be up to you. If you happen to win, you do whatever. Go to @thecommercialbreak on Instagram. Look for the post about the $500 giveaway. Tell us what your favorite line is from your favorite episode. Tag a friend. That's it. If you follow us, you're included. You can do the same thing on YouTube. There has been a lot of communication back and forth.
There has. I'm excited.
From our friends and our fans, and I'm just like through the roof. So we're gonna do a feedback day pretty soon here. So stay tuned. We're gonna do a feedback day. We'll share all of the comments and information that we got. Like most of the commercial breaks, long and sordid history. We have a few great comments with a lot of is he supposed to be like, is go fuck yourself in that loving kind of way? Yeah. If he puts clappy hands, does that mean he really is
fire?
And sometimes I can't tell, like now that we say, say your favorite line from the episode. Now I can't tell if they're repeating me or if they're just like, because I'm pretty sure I say go fuck yourself at least once an episode. Yeah. So do that. And before July 7th, I think it's 5th, and then on July 7th, we're going to on air announce who wins. And there's a lot of people already entered into the contest. A lot of people communicating with us. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Tell us about your favorite episodes. Listen, a guy last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, one of our new favorite fans, I would say, a gentleman named William. I won't give away his last name, but gentleman named William emailed me like 1 o'clock in the morning with content ideas. Nice. He's like, hey man, if you like, great episode about the sex doll. If you like sex dolls, check out this and, look at that. And I was like, wow, thank you, Will. Because the hardest part of my job, if I'm being 100% honest, the hardest part of my job is making sure that I find something interesting to talk about every single time that we open up the microphone.
Right.
And the amount of material that I have sitting on a hard drive somewhere that does not get used because it sounds interesting going in, but it ends up not being so interesting coming out is unbelievable. So if you have ideas, if you think of something you think would be great for the commercial break to talk about, or you would just like to hear Chrissy and I's opinion on it, or like to hear us laugh about it, a video that's got good sound that we can use, whatever it is, info@tcbpodcast.com, or you can always DM us at the commercial break. For a couple of months there, we were giving you our Clubhouse information, so you could go follow us there. Forget about that.
Once again,
another failed attempt to get hip with the kids. Yeah. Forget about that. Don't worry about that.
Just stick to Instagram and YouTube.
I'm still on Clubhouse, but not as much. Yeah. So if you're looking for us on Clubhouse, we're probably not there anymore. Just going to let you know that. Indiana Jones is coming out with Indiana Jones. Is number 7? Are we on number 7?
Way.
Yeah, we're on number 7. Harrison Ford back in action. I saw the very first picture. If you're watching the youtube.com/thecommercial break, I might put a picture of Harrison Ford back in the ultra famous leather jacket and duster hat with the whip and the khaki pants. I don't know where he got those from, Gap or something. They look great on him. But the guy is 93 years old. It's unbelievable how old that guy is. And he still looks like Indiana fucking Jones.
Yeah, he does.
Still looks like he's going to kick some ass. And
like he's a distinguished professor.
Something
that
about
in his spare time goes and finds the Holy Grail.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, who doesn't have that kind of time on their hands? Look at me. I'm looking for artifacts in my backyard too. Mainly dog poop to pick it up so it doesn't fall in the pool. So I see this picture of Indiana Jones, and I think to myself, if there's one thing in life as a man who is rounding the corner, who is at the top of the bend, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm just like a year away from a middle age crisis. Maybe the commercial break is my middle age life, my middle life crisis.
It's your Corvette.
Yeah, it's my Corvette. It doesn't go so fast, and the engine ain't so great, but it's what I got. Okay,
exactly.
If there's one thing that I could wish for, it would be to be like a Harrison Ford type that just gets better with age. Yes. I mean, just like sexier, better looking, more badass. He's more convincing now than he was as Han Solo in Star Wars. Now, I'm not saying at 94. We haven't seen him at 94 act yet. But I'm saying like Indiana Jones number 3 or 4. I was pretty convinced Harrison Ford was Indiana Jones. Like I didn't even think about his age.
No, I think that I'm just throwing it out here. I think I would like to hear tips from Harrison Ford versus Frankie. I think Harrison should be given Harrison should be given the tips.
I think Frankie is just chemically induced. Like, Frankie, what's the difference between Harrison Ford and Frankie?
A lot.
Bullshit. That's the difference between Harrison Ford and Frankie.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, if you ever seen him in an interview, can barely utter a word. And when he says a word, you're listening because it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Frankie can't shut his fucking mouth 24 hours a day.
Right.
But I just think this guy is such a badass.
He is.
And now it's being reported that he's also doing some more of his own stunts. You know, in Indiana Jones and all of these movies, he broke his fucking leg. He almost died on the set of that new Star Wars because he was doing his own stunts, flying through doors and doing all this shit. And he almost died. Like he got both of his legs broken, I think, but it was a pretty serious injury with, they had to cauterize his arteries or some bullshit.
I know, he's a badass.
He's a badass.
He is.
So I love that Harrison Ford does all this. Now, the big difference between me and Harrison Ford is I'm not doing any of my own stunts. Like, I'm pretty afraid of getting hurt. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
Are you an adrenaline junkie, would you say? Are you?
I am. Yeah.
So what's the most dangerous thing that you've done?
Oh, God. Well, you and I actually went ziplining through Costa Rica.
We did go ziplining.
Really high trees through the rainforest.
We went on the longest recreational zipline in the world, which was in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I think it was like a mile and a half
long
or something.
It was so long. I remember my stomach muscles were really hurting by the end from keeping your legs pulled up, you know?
Legs pulled up. My stomach muscles were hurting from keeping the shit in my pants. From falling all over the earth underneath me. We're like 80 stories in the air. It was
high.
Insane.
Yeah.
And I am horrified of heights, but I managed to do it. I managed to get through it. I do remember being very scared though and trying to hold it together. Like, I don't want to look uncool in front of Hoadley, so I'm just going to try to keep it together.
You did a good job.
I was trying not to piss.
I was probably like, let's go ziplining.
Yeah. And I was like, are we going to bring rum? I'm sure I was just hungover enough to get there and be like, okay, maybe this will wake me up.
Costa Rican rum.
That Costa Rican rum and all the other wonderful things that Costa Ricans had to offer.
Yes.
Oh, man, did we drink a lot of Costa Rican rum?
We did.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Chrissy was at the bar and she asked for like a rum and Coke, and the guy put the bottle, he poured her a rum and Coke and he put the bottle on the bar as he went to go. It was busy. He tended to another patron. And Chrissy grabbed the bottle and started drinking from it.
I thought it was my bottle.
Yeah, sure. It was. We paid for it. After that, he was like, you got to pay for that. And I'm like, I'll pay for it. Just put it on my tab. He's like, no, the bottle. You got to pay for the bottle. I can serve
that
this.
was a fun trip.
And I'm like, it's Costa Rica. You guys have... Literally, there's a monkey shitting out the outside of the door. You have stray dogs in here eating food. You're worried about Chrissy Hoadley's... What?
That was fun, though. I remember I met somebody that I knew from, or that my family knew from Austin. That was that one guy that had lived in Austin. I think he even still communicates on Facebook every once in a while.
That's creepy. We did do the zip lining.
Yeah.
I think the most dangerous thing that I've ever done, I mean, like truly dangerous thing I've ever done is skydived, right? Skydove. Do you call it skydoved or skydived?
It's skydiving.
It's skydiving. But I mean, skydiving is the action of skydiving. Oh, fuck. No, you're out of your mind. Have you seen that video of that one guy who's like hanging onto the hang glide?
There's always going to be one little thing.
Yeah, there's always going to be one little thing, but if you don't do it, then you don't have to worry about that one little thing.
You did a pilot. You flew a plane.
Yeah, but I was in control of the plane. I felt I don't know. I had a very I don't know. I can't explain why I feel so scared of being in a fucking tall building or on top of a roof or on a high ladder. But then flying a plane is just Yankee Doodle Dandy. I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm still scared. Don't get me wrong.
You've been on a plane before and you're kind of used to the feeling and whatever.
I don't know. When you're in the back of a 747, it's like a flying house, right? You're in a house and everyone's comfortable and you're watching TV and they're bringing around drinks and cookies and cocktails. Like there's I don't know. Something about the environment seems very safe to me.
It does.
If you can fall asleep somewhere, it's unlikely you're in much danger. Right? You can't fall asleep when you're flying a plane. Yeah. And especially not a two-seater. But so in the vein of what we're talking about, I have found a new show on the TLC Discovery Network.
Oh.
I feel like I feel like TLC, you should be buying airtime with me. Because whether I like the show or don't like the show, I sure do give you a lot of free press.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, you got me hooked on that Sister
All
Wives.
16 of our listeners are probably highly tuned into this.
Right.
Seeking Sister Wives is a fantastic show.
You got me hooked on that.
But I'm all out of Seeking Sister Wives. I'm all out of My 600-Pound Life. I'm all out of 90 Day Fiance. I'm all out of My Little People and My Tiny People and My Small People and My Small Family. I just love all those. I just love all those shows and all those people. I just think there's, I don't know, something about the lifestyle reality show, not the lifestyle reality shows, but like the personal blog type reality shows really is very interesting to me. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I like seeing people just kind of live their lives, right? In a non-extraordinarily dramatic way. Like say,
non-housewives.
Yeah, non-house. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Non-glamorous.
Housewives is a bunch of horse shit to me. No offense, Andy. Andy Cohen. Him and I are good friends. No offense, Andy. I like what you're doing over there. It's for somebody else, not for me.
Yes.
So I'm flipping through the app, and I see something that interests me because I've seen it before out in my local park.
Okay.
You know these guys, they tie a line from one tree to the other. Kind of looks like a bungee cord, but it's like the width of a belt, right? And you see it a lot at the fish shows or the widespread shows. I liken it. It's like a hippie, the flying Walleskas, but the hippie version, meaning they're only a foot off the ground because they're too high, and if they fall, it's like a slack.
Just tumble.
Yeah, they call it a slack line, and what it is it's a very.
I saw somebody doing this in my neighborhood, putting that up. I didn't know what he was doing. So now it's
called a slack line.
Okay.
Is the term for it when it's close to the ground. Okay. And that's mostly what most of these kids are doing, right? They're getting high and they're going on the slack line. It's like this generation's hacky sack.
Okay.
Let's put it that way, right? But instead of, getting a hangnail,
what do you do on the
you can
line?
break a line. You just bounce.
Oh, you bounce
walk
around.
Across it back and forth. It's a balance thing, and then you bounce, and you can put it up a little higher, maybe 4 or 5 feet, and you can like flip and bounce back on it. You can sit on it and bounce, and then flip up, and then end up standing, and then you can go down and up, and it's like a trampoline almost. But you have to land on this 1-inch little string and make it all work, right? When you're 4 or 5 feet off the ground, or even 2 feet off the ground, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to break an arm or a leg. I mean, I guess you could get some, fall on your head and serious, but there's no real danger.
Right.
I don't consider it necessary. First of all, God bless you. That kind of balance really impresses me.
Yeah.
Right? I have a hard time balancing my coffee cup in the morning. I have a hard time balancing on my wife when we're making love. Good for you. But I don't consider it a sport. It doesn't look to me like to be a sport. There's nothing competitive about it, right?
It's like a little
It's
hobby.
like you against the line. And I don't know if the line's usually always winning because it stays there and you might fall. I don't know. But they're calling it a sport now. Okay, I'm going to run with that. I'm going to go with you on the sport part of it.
Okay.
Slackliners, a number of years ago, then decided they were going to take it a step further.
Up the
If we're
ante.
going to go 1 foot or 2 foot or 5 foot off the ground, why don't we go 700 feet off the ground?
Right.
Because that sounds like a fucking moronic thing to do. The fuck? So what they do is they take this little belt-like bungee cord and they string it from one end of a canyon to the other. 800, 900, 1,000 feet in the air.
Wow.
That is a 100-story building for those of you keeping count. It's incredibly high in the air. I mean, to me, after you get above 5 feet, doesn't matter if you're 1,000 feet or it's 100 feet, 2 feet, 7 feet, doesn't matter. It's all scary.
Yeah.
Right? You might as well be 5,000 feet up in the air because it's all scary. But they string it across 75 miles long, however long it is. And then these guys decide that they're going to go walking across the slack line.
Oh, wow.
Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
I would not do that.
But the only thing that's holding them up is the slack line, some stoner's version of a nail in the ground on the other side, and a piece of twine attached to a harness. So when they fall like 10 feet down, this very bouncy and long line, and then they have to climb themselves back up and stand back up again.
Whoa.
800 feet in the air!
Whoa. Are they doing this over buildings?
No!
Or this is like mountains?
No, they're doing it worse. If it was over a building, I could think that maybe somebody would catch me if I fell. You know, like those firefighter heroes. Yeah. Those guys you see on the street that catch the babies falling out of the fiery windows.
Yes.
No. This is like, you just fall down in the canyon or on the rocks or in the woods or whatever it is.
Oh, Lord.
They do it in all different kind of places. They do it in snow. They do it in rain. They do it in wind. They do it in whatever. It takes balls of steel to do this kind of shit.
Really
I'm not
does.
saying it doesn't take balls of steel to do this kind of shit. But a sport, I don't know. May not be a sport. And as far as I'm concerned,
Do you just win if you don't die?
I think
That's how it works?
I think that's the challenge. Is if I come home to my mom, then I've essentially accomplished
You've
something.
won it, yeah.
The things that we're calling sports these days are unbelievable. Tying a string across a canyon is an impressive feat. Walking across it is an impressive feat.
Yeah.
But what is what is exactly competitive about that? Do you want to hear about these guys?
Yes.
You want to hear a little bit about these guys?
Yes.
Hold on. I didn't cut much up out of here because, to be quite frank, just a couple things. number one, they're all kind of stoner types, right? You know, they're like adventure sports seekers.
do.
So they're, hey, dude, when I'm up there on the lines, like I'm meditating, I'm one with the earth. Yes, you got to have rocks in your head to be doing this. I swear to God.
Yeah.
You know, when some people say that, you know, I can't believe you're up there doing that, I say I can't believe you're down there doing that. Going to work every day, feeding your children, trying to make 3 rent payments on time in a row. I'm up here.
One with nature.
One with nature, forgetting about everything. Getting evicted from my 3rd apartment. Trying to naturally clear my chlamydia from the
high altitude air.
From the last Grateful Dead show I went to. No, they have balls. I give them that.
Yes.
But I mean, you know, the way that they talk about real life is like, wait, have you ever been in real life? Have you ever done anything in real life? Okay, just take a listen to this. Is just the beginning of the show.
Okay.
This is highlining, the coolest sport that you've never heard of. People from all around the world walking across lines thinner than this belt.
There's nothing below you but the void.
You have left the earth and you're in the sky. My mom would not be sleeping at night if she knew everything I do. That's true.
I know what will happen if I fall off and die, and I accept that. I'd rather live every moment like it's my last.
I might die today. That's okay. Because I will have a good time doing it.
I might die today. That's,
they obviously have no children.
That's cool. No, of course these people, they get children.
No.
Please. No, you know what? Thank God they don't have any children. That's all I got to say. Because if you had children, you would never be doing this.
Not.
Never be doing this. You know what takes balls of steel? Feeding your children on one paycheck.
Yes.
That's what takes balls of steel. You know what takes balls of steel? Making sure that they stay alive
Right.
through the course of the afternoon. That's what takes balls. You know what takes balls of steel? Waking up and changing a diaper on a changing table after you've had 16 seconds of sleep and making sure your baby doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
That's what takes balls of steel.
That's a balancing act.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. You know, it doesn't take balls of steel. You have a different version of balls of steel than I do. Though I'll give it to you. Your balls of steel are a lot cooler than mine is. I mean, this guy, if my mom knew what I did when I came home, she would totally be freaked out.
Right.
Meanwhile, his mom is like,
No!
I raised you for 18 years. We did it together. We made it through life. The hardest part. We figured it out. And now your shitty little fucking tin can ass is up 700 feet off the ground with fucking dental floss. Doing laps around an invisible line. What are you thinking? If I was this kid's mother, I'd be like, what are you thinking? Yeah. All I could think about the entire time I'm watching this is if my son comes home and says, Dad, I'm going to go highlining in the Grand Canyon. I'm going to be like, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go leg chaining in the bed in the basement. That's what you're going to do. It's a brand new sport. I'm going to put leg chains on you. You're going to see how many times you can walk back and forth with 3 feet worth of slack. Break that world record.
Yes, I would go ahead and start introducing that sport to him now. Like, just
Yes.
go ahead and get him used to it.
One of two things. Either he's already kind of doing a version of that. One of two things. Either I'm going to do this leg slacking, whatever you call it, leg chaining, number one, or I'm going to start doing the strip clubbing. I'm going to be like, hey, wait, before you go to Colorado, let's go to this strip club.
Check out.
That's right. And with Mia, I'm going to be like, hey, Mia, guess what? I got a brand new American Express, honey. Yeah. Before you go to Colorado, I want to make sure you have everything you need. Why don't you take this to wherever it is you're going to go to? And son, you take those dollar bills over to Flash Tats or whatever. Flash Tits. Flash Tits or, you know, Johnny's Junk in the Trunk or whatever it is you're into, son.
Yes.
Why don't you go there? You're not going to Colorado to go slacklining 800 feet in the air after I managed to get you through your childhood alive and safe.
Jeez.
No fucking way. Oh, my God.
If this works today, it will be magnificently fun.
And if it doesn't, I
won't be able to tell you about it.
I don't have any life insurance, honey. I'm sorry. The head guy here is like 37 years old, and he's like, they call him the granddaddy.
Well, at that age, if you haven't died,
Well,
you are granddaddy.
There's a reason why he's the granddaddy. It's because he's the first one not to die.
That
He's the
reaches
first
the
highliner to reach the age of 73 or 37. We call 35 the line of demarcation. We pretty much throw you off the high line if you make it that far. We're like, woo!
You can't get better than this. This is pinnacle highlining.
This is pinnacle highlighting, man. You can't get more dead than this. If you fall off this line, there's no way. You are gonna. I actually have never seen anybody more dead than I've seen at this particular highline. That's right. There's a difference between falling 600 feet and 800 feet. The splat pattern is unbelievable. You can actually identify the body at 600, but at 800, it's a whole different animal. Bro. I'm back here reading the 4 agreements. But I can't make it past the first. Because another one of my friends passed away.
It's a big line, dude. Huge line.
Yeah.
Huge line.
The raddest shit from around the planet.
The raddest shit from around the planet. I wish I could even claim, the commercial break. The raddest podcast around the planet.
I like saying that.
I know. I want to have one of these guys on. I'm just gonna. That's our new tagline. Actually, next time you see an ad for the commercial break, it's gonna be the commercial break. The raddest podcast around the planet.
That's right.
This sport is not just about walking on lines.
It's actually about surviving walking on lines. There's the second part to that sentence. I had a mentor once. He's dead now. He died a long time ago. But you know what he used to say? He used to say, this highlighting is all about walking across lines. But then I figured out he actually missed the other half of it from his mentor, who also died at 22 years old. Which was, it's about making it to the other side.
Surviving
correct. Unbelievable.
Surviving high line.
It's funny how one half a sentence can change your life. Okay, are you ready to go, Bryan? We're going to jump out of the plane for your first skydiving experience. Okay, when I say go, you jump. Okay, jump, that's it, just jump.
Go.
Okay, go. Oh shit, the other half of the sentence was pull the line! What do I do during jump? I didn't hear the other half of the sentence!
Right.
It's about living life to the fullest.
Oh! There ain't nothing better than a women's pantsuit.
I feel like we're all the most stoked to just be here with one another. But we definitely have our disagreements.
Blame it on us, huh?
We definitely have our disagreements. The other day, Jimmy forgot to tie my boyfriend's harness all the way, and he's not here anymore. But
there's no room for arguing
there's
here.
There's no room for
arguing
arguing.
At this height, this level.
Yeah, when you're living a dangerous lifestyle like this, the great news is we're all friends at the end of the day, except for Johnny. He's an asshole. For jokes, we put Manzana cooking oil in his slackline harness. If he falls, he's gonna slip right out. We're all just stoked to be here, honestly. The great news is the cops don't come after you. They just go, you're an idiot. Don't worry about murder here. Just fall out of the... Don't worry about it. The cops came and they were like, pick him up and bring him home if you don't mind. Pick up what's left of him and bring him home if you don't mind. I shouldn't joke. There's lots of people that die doing this, by the way.
I'm sure.
Yes, there's lots of people that die doing this.
You guys are bitching at me the whole time.
I don't know who's shitting your cornflakes this morning, bud, but come back with a better attitude. We need this to just stop.
We might battle each other, but always have the back of everybody else on the team.
Yeah!
Is that the granddaddy?
That's the granddaddy.
He sounded very wise.
He's very wise. At the age of 31 years old.
Each other's back.
Yeah, we always got each other's back.
Except when you slip through my hands.
Except when you sleep with my wife. I forgot the other half of that sentence. We got to talk in full sentences here, okay, guys? No more talking in half sentences. It's killed a lot of people here, so we're just going to go in the whole sentences. If you could, good. Speak the first half, then the second half. The thing about these guys is, okay, So I went into this and I saw this first 5 minutes. There's a couple minutes of this, but I'll play the rest of it.
Okay.
I went into this and I'm like, this is the most obnoxiously vapid, platonic bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life. We all may have our disagreements, but at the end of the day, we got each other's backs because that's how highliners roll, right? And then, you look at me and think I'm crazy, and I look at you and go, what are you doing, dude? And I was like, this is such fucking, horse shit, right? These guys they have no idea of what it takes to be like responsible grown humans, or they wouldn't be doing this to their family and friends, like getting up there and doing ridiculously dangerous things for absolutely no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Not that I have anything against it. I'm just thinking to myself, like, you're on camera saying this stuff, you realize that there's probably lots of friends and family members who are looking at you like, you fucking moron. Yeah. I love you. Please don't go walk yet another rope or jump off. The thing is they don't just do this, the highlining in this series. They do rope swinging 900 feet in the air that they rig themselves. Like there's no checks. There's no safety. Yeah. It's just these guys rigging them themselves. And granted, there is a hierarchy and some kind of like they're taking care of each other. So at first I was like, this is going to be the most vapid thing that I've ever watched. I have to watch this for the show so I can just make fun of it. But as it goes on, you start to understand that there is some kind of love and respect, brotherhood going on here. They are looking out for each other. They don't want to die. Most of them don't have a death wish. They just like to do this. And that's something I still think is fucking moronic to get up there and walk across a line in 9,000 feet in the air.
Yes.
But that's just my personal opinion. And so I ended up getting involved in the fucking show like I always do. I always want to hate it, and then I'm like, well, I guess this is good too. I guess I'll watch this also.
Ultimately, like, we all live a dangerous life.
He says that like he had a choice in the matter. Like there's no choice in the matter.
Right.
Ultimately, we're all born into this incredibly dangerous life of highlining. My mom was rolling me out there at age 2. She said, son, if you can make it over there, you're going to have another bottle. If you can't, I don't know, you're probably going to die. Yeah. Just crawl your little ass over there. Gaga goo goo. Gaga goo goo. Don't forget to make it to the other side. That was the other half of the sentence your dad didn't tell me. He's now dead. Your father was a great guy. He's on the bottom of the canyon floor.
Oh, God. It's snowing pretty hard right now.
I don't care about the snow. Let's go.
It's too steep to walk off.
Accidents happen. It is scary to date somebody that highlines.
There's always a chance you're not going to see them come back.
Sorry.
Sorry. Maybe we shouldn't have gone out in the snow.
Yeah, sorry. But we got a 10-episode deal with Discovery. So sorry about your boyfriend. Do you think you can make it through another couple episodes? Can we just wheel his bones around?
Bernie style.
Yeah, Bernie style. Weekend at Highliners. In the vein of, so you get the gist of it. These guys, and they were talking about like holding world records and the U.S. record and the U.S. West record and the U.S. East record. I'm like, this fucking shit that people think of. Now I realize all sports started off like this, right? In golf, they were just like a stick hitting a rock around, and eventually, and now people get paid hundreds of millions of dollars to go out.
Yeah, but they're not in danger of dying.
That's true. Well, they aren't, but there's lots of sports where you are.
Well,
I mean, football's one of them. Yeah, there's parachute. I don't even know. Is parachuting a sport? I guess that it is. That now they have like competitive like plane racing and all this other stuff.
I guess I'm thinking about sports as what would be in the Olympics.
Yes. Something that actually two people compete at the same time. But Chrissy, I want you to know that pretty soon highlining will be in the Olympics. I'm almost guaranteeing it. If I can survive long enough to the next Olympics, I will be in it. I've actually thought of a couple of sports that I'd like to share with you.
Okay.
I'm going to take a zip line. I'm going to tie it to my legs. And then I'm going to tie one end to the chimney and the other, and then I'm going to jump down the chimney. I call it chimney sweeping. Or chimney chaining, depending on which way you're going. You can go up or down. You can climb up or you can go down. If you the person who can do it the most amount of times without getting black lung, he wins.
Okay, this one you can do at home.
You can
your own chimney.
Pretty much, this is how these sports start, Tracy. Yeah. You don't have to do anything. I mean, you can go ahead and jump off my my roof into the pool.
Okay.
Then we'll call it pool roofing. You know what I'm saying? Roof pooling. This highlining is not a particularly creative name. Why? We just take it as it stands.
Okay.
What about lawnmower launching? Have you heard of this one?
No.
We take one end of and tie it to the rotary of the lawnmower, and then we take the other one and I tie it to one of my arms.
Oh.
And then I launch it off the off-ramp on an interstate.
Oh, God.
And then we send it down into traffic in basically however many lanes you can merge into without dying. Then that's
Is that the pinnacle of lawn mowing?
I pretty much hold the
Are you the
U.S.
granddaddy?
East record. I am the granddaddy of lawnmower launching. 22. There's only 7 of us that play this sport. 4 of us are missing a few appendages, but it's okay. If you lose an arm, we just start tying it to the leg.
That's part of what you were born
That's
into.
Right. That's right. There's a new sport that's all the rage down in Guatemala. It's called wheel welling. And I don't know if you know about this. It's when you cut the wheel open of a 747 and then you stuff yourself in there and then you take off with the plane. And when you reach cruising altitude of 52,000 feet, you unleash it and then you jump.
Jump out.
That's right,
okay.
with a pillowcase for a parachute.
Wow.
Yeah, my friend Jason held the world record south for that one.
Southern Hemisphere.
That's right. Until the landing gear got stuck. And he was just a flapping in the wind. Unfortunate part is his pants flew off and he landed naked. It was a whole thing.
Part of the trials.
The only
and
thing they could
tribulations.
identify at the funeral was his penis.
Oh.
But he had a pretty big penis, so everyone was like, yeah, that's Jason. I don't know if you heard of pole pounding.
No.
Have you heard of this one?
I have not.
You've seen pole vaulting.
Yes.
It's a pretty common sport.
Yes.
Everyone's
That's
playing.
in the Olympics.
But that's so 1962. In the year 2022, what we're hoping to do with the Olympics is get pole pounding in there. What happens is, usually you run down and then you use your arm strength to get over the vault, right? You vault yourself over that little sticky thing.
Yes.
I don't even know what they call it. It doesn't matter. We don't care. We're not here for naming conventions. We're here for adrenaline.
Yeah.
So what we do is we actually put the pole in our mouth. And we run down. We pole vault ourselves with our mouth.
Oh God!
It's incredibly painful, but you've never had so much adrenaline in your life. It's so refreshing.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Those are some good ones.
Unbelievably, those of us who have no real teeth do really well in that one.
Right, exactly.
It's the people with real
Nothing
teeth
gets in the way.
that are in for a wild wake-up call. You're going to lose them. Just might as well take them out yourself. That's
Spoiler alert.
That's right. Let's get high on some White Claw and let's knock out our teeth. Pole pounding. Love that one. Love that one. Additionally, you can do that with Uranus, but that's not allowed in 67 of the 86 countries that participate in the Olympics. For one reason or another, NBC will not show that live on camera.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
Because they're a fucking bunch of suits.
Right.
Don't understand Gen Zs. They don't understand. We're going to do some unrequited highlining over the Olympic Stadium. It's just gonna.
Are we going to broadcast live from the Olympics this year?
Of course we are.
We did that one year.
2006. That's or 2008. Was
Beijing.
it 2008? Beijing 2008. That's right.
2008.
I remember thinking to myself, "Wow, China has got their shit together."
We might have to pull that out from the vault.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Recording.
That was awesome. We do have some recording live from Beijing. Light bulb lining is what I'm going to do.
Oh,
it's
okay.
where the electrical lines, the big power ones that come from the substation.
Yeah.
I actually want to. I'm going to walk across those lines just like I do with my highlining, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to hold as many light bulbs as I can, and however many we can keep on for as long as we can keep them on as I'm walking across the line is the world record north, south, east, or west.
Oh, wow.
I just wanted you to know that.
Okay, that sounds like a good one.
Well, I'm glad you're into it, Chrissy. I'm glad you're into it. Would you like to try any of these sports?
No, I'll just watch you.
You like to play. You're one of those people.
That's right, I am.
Those people down there. And by down there, I mean not up on the High Line.
Yes.
It's not colloquial. I really am pointing down there. You're actually
Some of us
down
won't
there.
make it. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. We usually shed about 6 out of 10 every 4 to 6 months. That's okay. It's just part of. But it's just part of,
part of that lifestyle.
Branding a new sport.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened in golf. It happened in baseball, I'm sure. I don't know. When did golf start? 1972 or something like that?
Yeah, no.
I think my dad was part of the first.
Earlier.
Yeah, my dad told me a story about a guy who died, a lightning strike on the golf course. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Anytime a new sport comes, yes. When you learn your ABCs, people die. It just happens. It just happens. And I look at other people and I go, well, you died with learning your ABCs.
Right.
And I died making a plastic bag wingsuit and jumping off the local cell phone tower. I'm telling you what, they don't make plastic bags like they used to. Well, nice. All right, gotta go practice bungee jumping.
All right, brah.
All right, bro. See you later. Go practice bungee jumping off the back of my car. We call it horizontal bungee jumping.
I can take off in the car and see if you float up from back behind me.
That's exactly what happens. I sit in a chair. At the starting point. You go as fast as you can.
Right.
And when the bungee snaps, I come flying toward the car. Woo!
If you make it over the car, that's when you win.
That's right. It's all about getting it's all about the height.
Yeah.
So you got to position yourself at first. It's about aerodynamics. Woo! What if you were driving in you're like, oh, look at Bryan. There he goes. He's getting ahead of the car.
He's practicing again.
He's the Wisconsin state record holder. As if there was more. The record holder. Who's keeping these records is what I want to know. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, if it's just a couple of you, the community. Whichever ones are alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Tree.
By the way,
there's a tree where you put marks in it for how many people have survived.
Ding, 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 ding. At the old age of 43, Bob visits the tree of records to put in one last notch on the old record tree.
That's right.
I made it across again the old 800 tie line in the desert. I'm the only one left.
That's right.
69 of us started. One of us left. Guess I'm time to have some children.
Right.
Yeah. It's a PBS documentary. Ken Burns presents
I love Ken Burns.
The Record Tree. The record trees where we keep all the stupid sport records. That's right.
The story of 69.
The story of jet wheeling. 7 men stuffed themselves into a 747 jet wheel.
Only one
survived. The centrifugal force alone. They called him Skinny Pete. It was his weight that helped.
Right.
I don't remember what happened. I passed out like halfway down the runway. But landing was pretty cool. It was awesome. Oh my God. So stupid.
Wow. Discovery
TLC. Never fails. Discovery never fails us, Chrissy. If you're ever bored and at home and you're alone and you're like, you know what am I going to do today? How am I going to get through the rest of this day? You know what you do? You turn on Discovery. That's what you do. Turn on Discovery, start flipping
TLC.
through. Or TLC.
Yeah.
Or both of them at the same time.
Right. Have one going on my phone, one going on the TV.
I like to have season 1 of The Little People going and then the 7 Little Johnstons over here.
Right.
I just keep
Mash
moving
up.
back and forth. Would love to have any of those people on the show.
Yes.
I would actually fanboy a little bit, I think, about 7 Little Johnsons. I love them. I don't know why.
I haven't seen it.
It's such a real show too. Like the family's getting in arguments and they're showing it all on TV. It's so real. I love it.
Okay.
Anyway, tcbpodcast.com is where you go. You can read more about Chrissy and I, find all the show notes, and watch our entire video and audio library right there from one place. Everything. Don't worry about it. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can go right there. But if you insist on going somewhere else, Go to @thecommercialbreak on Instagram or youtube.com/thecommercialbreak. If you have any ideas for content, you want to reach out to us, you think you've got a video you want us to watch, you want to hear our opinion on something, info@tcbpodcast.com. That's info@tcbpodcast.com. Or 470-584-8449, 470-584-8449. You can text us or leave us a voice message. Standard text messaging rates do apply. If you would like to win $500 in the first week in July, make a comment about your favorite video in the month of June at The Commercial Break. You can go to the little post we made about the $500 giveaway, and you can put your comment there, or you can do it on any of our videos, youtube.com/The Commercial Break. You must be a subscriber or a follower. You must tag a friend. You must make a comment. Those are the rules. No doing one. You got to do two. You got to do all three. Yeah. Got to keep reminding people.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I understand.
Yes.
I also don't pay attention to lots of things in life. So I'm not going to get all upset with you. I want to thank all of the people who've been reaching out and writing us and text messaging us and sending us emails and content ideas. Thank you, William.
We love
you. Thank you to my friend who wrote about the sex doll. I wouldn't give his name out. But we'll talk more about that next week. I want to share with you about what some of the comments about my about our sex doll episode.
It's gotten a lot of good feedback.
It's got a lot of great feedback, and some people who know about sex dolls.
Yes.
They know about it. They've used them. They've seen them. They've loved them.
Yeah.
And while I tried to get them on air, I understand they're a little shy about coming on air. I do want to share some of the feedback we got. We'll do that all next week in a feedback episode. So that's it. What else do I got? What else?
I think that's it.
Okay, so until next time, all I got to say to you is...
Love
best
you.
to you.
Best to you.
I love you.
Love you. All right.
And best to you. Bye!
The Commercial Break. New episodes on Tuesdays and now Fridays. New YouTube clips drop daily at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Visit tcbpodcast.com for access to our entire media library. Follow us at The Commercial Break on Instagram and join the Commercial Break Club on Clubhouse to join in live recordings. Each episode is written and produced by Bryan Green, co-hosted by Chrissy Hoadley, with additional content provided by Tina Cano.